Hey, Wild Dave here. Just going to show Mr. McAdoo and Mr. Sanders how it's done. Show you guys my tools before we get started. This, of course, is my spindle. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Dead piece of cedar. Blunted on one end, pointed on the other. Very important point to point out. This end is like super critical. Okay, if it's not pointed, your rig won't work. Okay, this is my block, and I don't know if you can see that hole in the hole depth. I mean, just standard chunk of wood found out laying. I believe it's cedar also. Okay, my bow. Get out here where you can see it. Okay, just a solid piece of cedar, and of course that is a piece of ski rope. One other note to tell you guys is that if you use trot line, 150-pound test line, that you may get one pull out of it and it will break. So these are notched at both ends. I don't know if you can see the notch. And this one I actually cut with my big knife. Actually, all these pieces I cut with my big knife. This one you can kind of see it was a rough cut too. So my hearth board, it's just a basically a real light piece of dead wood, and if you put your fingernail in it, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can dent that with your fingernail. This hole right here was my first attempt at fire, and that hole is unsuccessful. I don't know if you can see the what happened there, but the blunt point of the spindle actually had two different levels, so I had to redo the spindle. My first fire was made out of this hole, and I'm going to try that hole again to make the second fire. So sit back, watch, enjoy. Let me show you guys how it's done. One other thing I was going to show you is my tinder bundle. Basically just dead Johnson grass and some rolled up cedar bark pulled off a cedar tree. This is the knife that was used to basically do the whole thing. $10 special. You know, it's nice and heavy. You can chop with it fairly decent, but it's not the best knife in the world. Fairly sharp, but it went through the tornado, and of course it's wore out, but it works. So here we go. Of course, you see my oak leaf. Nothing special about that, just to catch the ember once I get it going. Put a little bit of grease on the end of this tip, and helps tremendously. I like to have everything laid out here because I don't really have a good method yet, and it's fairly difficult. This string tension is like super ultra important. As you can see, I've got it as recommended, and my spindle is a little bit shorter than recommended. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is fairly difficult to get in. It feels fairly tight. I mean, it's pretty tight. Gonna put my foot almost directly up against the spindle and go to work. Does appear that we have an ember. That is a lot of work, by the way. It'll get you out of breath. Let that sit there and get ready. Yeah, we got a good ember there. And guess what, boys? I'm nice and cool tonight, or nice and hot tonight. Hey, waiting on you guys' video. Of course, I know you can do it, so up to you. Just let that sit there and burn a while, just so you guys know how it's done. I don't know if I should get the marshmallows out or not. I think we're under a burn ban too, by the way. Of course, one of the easier ways to start a fire is like this. Enjoy.